Hello guys, Elora here, welcome to my channel, and this is not the video that I was planning to make. This is a side-by-side two decks comparison, the Starchild Tarot and the Moonchild Tarot. Both decks are produced by the same creator. One has 79 cards and the other one is 81 card deck and a guidebook. This one comes with a guidebook inside. It's a really heavy, sturdy book. This is by deck written and illustrated by Daniel Noel, and I assume it's the same, created by Daniel Noel. So this deck has its book outside of it, which is a little bit annoying because it doesn't fit inside the box. Regardless, both decks are gorgeous. This is a good, I don't know, 300 grams at least, the weight. When I ordered it, it was really expensive to deliver because of how heavy it is. But I like and love both of these decks. The colors are to die for. And I decided, let's have a look. There is a third version of this now. The Moonchild Tarot Shadow Side or something like that. I forgot the name. So this is the box. It has this little thingies on the side, both of them. It opens quite easily inside. I mean, this is gorgeous. We are all stardust, and this is Egyptian kind of. So, then we have a book in here. Has spreads at the end, the thank yous, spiral spread, tarot spreads, choosing the spreads. There is at the beginning, we have a lot of information about shuffling, reading, the pentacles, the reverse cards, the suit cups, the majors, the physical, the material plane. There is a lot of information for someone if you're just starting. A lunar history. So if someone's just starting to read tarot, it's a great book. You Are the Dance of Light and Shadow. Love that. It has golden edges. It's quite big. It's much bigger than your regular size tarot deck, and the cardstock is quite thick. It has no glare, which is amazing. It's matte. And this one is the same, but it's way more narrow, so we can compare this way, and it's way smaller. It's also shorter and narrower. And it also has golden edges, also nice thick cardstock. I can't, personally, I can't riffle shuffle these decks, but I mean, I've had this for some time and nothing really happens to it. It's very good quality. Nothing happens to the edges, nothing happens to, this is the inside of the box, nothing happens to the cards on the side. I use these decks mainly for myself. It is, as much as I love them, it is hard for me to read with these for other people because they are so soft and not everybody also identifies, associates or wants to make links between themselves and star seeds or being a moonchild. So all this, I personally love anything about space and galaxies, nebulas, and anything to do with something that's not on Earth. And not everybody does, I think. So let me bring this a bit closer, and we're going to compare them. The artwork, I mean, I love both of these decks, that's why I have both of them. I don't feel like I need to purchase the Moonchild Shadow deck. It's kind of similar to this one. I think the colors are brighter on this one. I watched the review. Okay, let's begin. So the Fool is the star seed. Maybe we can make it even closer so you can see the details. Okay, the colors are really amazing, both of them. This is more cool purple, and this is just the Magician. I'm not a big fan of this Magician because we can't see the face and she's just chilling somewhere there. This is a little bit more like it, but still, these are not my most favorite Magician cards. Regardless, I love the colors of the background. The High Priestess, I love this High Priestess, and this one is okay for me. And then the Empress. I'm not a fan of the fact that it's three of her. And also the Moonchild deck has more of representation of all colors and shapes and sizes and ages, which has been the latest thing. The Emperor, the Hierophant. I love this Hierophant. Look at the emptiness and the starlight. It's like the universe itself, and how it has two poles. I absolutely love the Hierophant, two columns. This one, meh, yeah. For me, even if the cards are not perfect, the characters, because of the space kind of color palette, I really love it. And I don't know if you can see at the background here. Oh yes, this is also gorgeous. Now they have a Sphinx kitten. I used to have two of those, and they're amazing cats. So I like this, but I love this. And then we have the Chariot. Definitely prefer this Chariot because it's, I mean, she's steering that thing just with the power of her mind, obviously. The Strings. And here, card number 8 in this deck is Justice. So let me switch it. So this is the Strength. And then we have Serenity for Hermit. And this Hermit is just somewhere in the cave. I like this. Wheel of Fortune. I mean, I guess here at the back you have this as a tapestry. But then she just seems very young and lost and young. one more time. And then here there is no one at all, so none of these cards are specifically. I absolutely love this Justice card. This one is nice as well, but I definitely prefer this. Love the Hangman. Here it's the perspective. This is so nice. And the two trees that are mirroring each other, and the ballet sort of pose. It's stunning. So then we have death and transformation. This feels like after you have died and you're moving on to different realms and dimensions, and this one is just amazing with all the creepy crawlies and moth and butterflies and snakes, and it's, I love the energy of this death card, that it's rebirth, that it's just a transition into another shape. Temperance. This Temperance is holding 2 cups, and this is gorgeous. I think I prefer this Temperance, to be honest, the color palette and all. And then we have the Devil and the Oppression. Love this card. Love all the, I assume this is like a spaceship, and then there is Earth, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And the feel of this card is very buttery. I mean, this Tower card is to die for. Look inside. Look at those colors inside. And yes, there are people flying out and there is lightning and everything, but it's so dramatically beautiful. If I have to pick between these two, it's definitely this one. And this one is a gorgeous card as well, but if we compare, and we have the Star. You have someone here in the corner. I absolutely love this, but this is not my favorite. This is very nice. And we have the Moon. Also okay. And we have the Sun. I love this Sun. And I love this Sun as well. It is nice not to have, for once, naked babies in the Sun card. Then we have Judgment. Is it Anubis? Holding the feather. And we have the Awakening here, which is also a very beautiful card. Stunning colors. The Universe card I absolutely love in this deck. And then we have Akashic Records as an extra card here. Divine Wisdom. And then we have also the Moonchild card. And we have the Shadow Work card. And then we have the Cups. These are crystals and here are flowers. Both are fine. 2 of Cups. This makes more sense to me because here she's like the connecting bridge between the 2 lands that are separating or something like that. I'm not quite sure. So we have 3 of Cups. This is a more traditional version, and here we just have the 3 cups. But regardless, I mean, this is stunning. So we have definitely, this is my preferred Four of Cups, but I love the kitty cat here. She looks like she's meditating, looking for that answer, and she's looking more bored. Both are okay. Definitely this Five of Cups. These are very similar, so either of them is fine for me. I like how she's looking at the castle there, and here she's also looking out. So they're very similar, like both of them. Also, I don't really specifically have a preference, but the colors here are nicer for my personal liking. Again, I love that there is no glare. Definitely love this Eight of Cups. And there is a person here, a very little one. Both of these Nine of Cups are once again similar, and prefer these colors. And we have the Ten of Cups. There are 3 people here for some reasons, and 2 here. Both are fine. We have Page of Cups. I definitely like this one because she's pointing towards her heart and feeling, and this one is just walking around. And the Knight of Cups, very traditional. This one doesn't really feel like the Knight of Cups, but behind the scenery is amazing. Queen of Cups. The colors and the background is definitely I prefer in the Starchild Tarot. King of Cups. Then there is more representation in the Moonchild Tarot, but that is not something that's not one of the top criteria on my list. Not to sound mean or anything, but that's not what I look for in my decks when I choose to buy one or the other. But for someone who values representation of all ages, size and shapes and colors, then definitely Moonchild Tarot would be a better option for you. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. I like that these two are like thinking about going out and discovering things together, but I like how she's nude and out there in the middle of the cosmos, space, and I like this card. Then we have Four of Wands. So for someone also that doesn't like pip decks, the Starchild has more of them than the Moonchild. So if you're not a fan, it might be something to consider. We have Five of Wands. Some boobies there, so if someone doesn't like nudity, then something to consider as well. Six of Wands. None of them feel to me like Six of Wands, to be honest. They're very similar. But then there is this, and it's stunning. But this doesn't feel like Six of Wands energy to me at all. None of them. And then we have Seven of Wands. makes more sense as Seven of Wands. There is a person doing something there, I'm not sure what. So definitely prefer this Seven of Wands. Definitely prefer this Eight of Wands. And Nine of Wands. Once again, this is a stunning card. This is very similar to Four of Wands, so not a fan. But I'm also not a big fan of the pip deck style cards. So amazing, stunning card. Wouldn't specifically, not a fan of any of them as a Nine of Wands representation, but this is a stunning card. And then we have Ten of Wands. None of them really specifically feel like Ten of Wands again, to me at least, but both are beautiful. Page of Wands. Don't specifically feel the fiery Page of Wands energy in any of them, but if I have to choose the colors, then I prefer this one. Knight of Wands usually has some sort of motion, so I would choose this over this one. Queen of Wands. She feels more like a queen, but I like the outlook of this card. I mean, that sky is breathtaking. King of Wands. None of them really feel like King of Wands to me, but if I had to choose one, then that would be this one. He looks a little bit lost. And Ace of Swords. This one for me. Two of Swords. Now this Two of Swords looks to me like she's a little bit, like the art of this card is very different from everything else in this deck. Looks more like some manga, cartoon, Japanese kind of style art, but I don't mind it. You can feel the dark brewing of feeling stuck in this card, and this one is a little bit like Two of Wands, the energy. So Three of Swords, very traditional. I like this one. I like her purple hair. Four of Swords. This doesn't really make sense to me as a Four of Swords. Five of Swords. I guess if I had to choose, I would choose this one. Six of Swords. This has a more traditional feel to it. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. Both are very similar. I think I prefer this. And then we have Nine of Swords. This is a stunning card as a peep card, but I prefer this one. I had a very interesting story with this particular card. We were going to the beach one day, and I asked the question before leaving, how will the day go? And that was a while ago. And this came out with Seven of Cups and something else, I don't remember. And I didn't specifically understand what it was about until that day we were at the beach and my daughter stepped on the sea urchin and her foot was literally looking like that. And that all made sense. So I will always like this card as a memory of that day. Page of Swords. I mean, this one is obviously indicating thinking, and this one just has a bunch of swords around her, which is confusing again. That's why I'm saying that in a reading for other people, where you have to, or even for, like, if I post collective reading on my channel, it's still not easy to pick up the energy. Like, if we close this, I wouldn't be able to say, oh, this is Page of Swords. And because there are many similar cards in the deck, it's easy to get confused. And when I look at these cards, I trip out too much on the art, and that is not good for when I'm reading for other people. I need to be there, not staring at the art and thinking about space and ETs and all the cool stuff. Knight of Swords, I like this a lot. Like diving into another portal, universe, galaxy, wormhole, or whatever it is. Queen of Swords, love both of them, but probably I would pick this one. Although, again, the sky and the background is to die for. On the other one, this dude definitely doesn't look to me like a king, neither does this one. But then we have Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Crystals in the Starchild Tarot. And then we have Two of Pentacles. Very lovely card, but it's confusing because there are three of them. So if you're taking this deck to read for yourself, then I would, any of them can be fine, because when you read for yourself you have a bit more time and you can look at the book and read all that's in the book and feel into it. But if you read for another person, then this is a bit confusing. So Three of Pentacles then, and then this could be even a Queen of Wands for me or something. Like, how is this Three of Pentacles? I don't understand. This is a little bit more obvious, but then there is a bunch of them, which feels like Four of Wands energy to me. So again, confusing. I love this Four of Pentacles card. Five of Crystals and Five of Pentacles. Love this one. Again, if someone has issues with nude, naked people in their decks, then something to reconsider. Six of Pentacles. I guess I prefer this card, the color and the representation of the energy as well. And then we have Seven of Pentacles. But you see what I mean? It's very similar. So if you read for someone and you have to be on it, it's a bit confusing. So these decks I only use for either short card of the day or for myself, because I enjoy the art style and the colors. But big deep dive sort of reading, I wouldn't pick these decks. This is just like a collection sort of item that is very nice to hold in your hands. And Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Crystals. None of them feel like traditional Eight of Pentacles, and yeah. Now it might sound like I'm bashing these decks, but I love both of them. Obviously, I've spent a lot of money buying them and delivering them to Indonesia, so I have them, I love them. Whether will I recommend them to someone that reads for other people? No. Will I recommend them as collector items? Yes, or something nice to look at when you don't specifically, you don't specifically look, you're not specifically looking for, sorry guys, it's late here. You don't specifically look for any particular um, right away answers to some really important questions, but you just want to play with your cards or have a little spread in the morning while you're drinking your coffee or tea, then and enjoy the aesthetics of it, then these decks will definitely do that for you. I'm sorry, Nine of Pentacles that was. I definitely prefer this, although this is nice energy as well, that she's jumping out of the portal. Ten of Crystals is a stunning, stunning card. And this is also very nice. But the color wins me over this one, definitely for me. And then we have Page of Crystals. This looks a little bit like Ace of Pentacles to me, because usually it's given. And this one is really nice. Whether it feels like Page of Crystals or not, but it's stunning. And this part here. So then we have Knight of Crystals and Knight of Pentacles. I like this little hairstyle, ponytail, whatever it is, bun. And the Queen of Crystals, definitely this for me. And we have the King of Pentacles. This one looks like he's barely a page because he's so young. The mustache haven't started growing. And this one looks a little bit lost. So none of them. Okay. Once again, they're very good quality decks, both of them. It's a preference of what you want and why you're purchasing them. If it's just as a collector kind of item, then I obviously decided to have both. The major arcana cards are really amazing in both decks. I love. The books are very informative. Your star connections, even like there's magic, there's so much information, invocation. I haven't even gone through all of this because I didn't feel like I need to. Here you also have all the explanation at the beginning, the spiritual keys, you have the chakras, you have the gemstones, you have the spreads, the tarot, the major arcana, the minor arcana. So if you bind these decks and you don't really know much about tarot, you will have enough information here to get you going. So, what else we can say? The boxes are amazing and really sturdy boxes that will last you forever with this nice matte battery feel to it. Both of them. The only thing about this is that that doesn't fit in there. So if you want to bring the deck somewhere with you in your bag, you'd have to have the book separate. And it's heavy. It's really heavy, both of them. So I guess this is all from me. The shuffle, or let's have a look. The shuffling overhand is fine. If someone has small hands, might be a bit hard with this deck, but I'm sure you'll manage one way or another. And this one is slightly more narrow, so it's easier to shuffle. Really nice cardstock. Obviously I have a bunch of different kinds of lights in the room right now because it's late and there is no reflection whatsoever, so it's very good for videos, very good for Instagram or whatever content. If you do any, both are stunning decks and I really love them. The only thing is that it's For me, it's hard to read with it for other people, but I didn't buy it for those purposes. I bought it because I'm obsessed with space, time travel, and wormholes, and all of these kind of things. So, you are all stardust, you are the dance of light and shadow. We looked at that. I think I'm gonna finish up. Thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments what you think about these decks. If you have these decks, which one would you pick and why? Or maybe you have the third version, the shadow, the Moonchild shadow deck. I would be very curious to hear your opinions. Thank you for being here. This was Elora, and have a lovely time of the day wherever you are.